Am I right in thinking this is your first time on here?
Yeah, this is like I've avoided doing the...
What do you mean avoided? Less of the avoid?
Well, no, this is like national service for celebrities. You have to go and, you know, do your bits. Give of your... Don't ask what this morning can do for you. Ask what you can do for this morning. At some stage, you have to be crowbarred in between two items about baking bread and having a wedding. And I've finally come on. It's a brilliant show, though, isn't it? You've got everyone comes on here.
Well, you say this. I mean, if rumours are to be believed, then haven't you said you'd quite like...
recently by one of the papers, and they said, "What's your dream job?" And I think it's doing this, isn't it? It's like
it is a dream job.
You meet everyone. You're finished. But what time do you finish?
Well, for this, you finish at about 1 o'clock. You know, have a meeting after the show. That's not all we do, though. There's other stuff to do.
Is it? I mean, I want to have a word with you about your career. What else do you think you do? This is pretty much it for you, dude.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
When you've got the afternoon to... Because I imagine you're of an age now where you go to bed quite early, don't you?
Yeah.
About 6:30.
6:30 and I'm done.
Have a cocoa.
So you want to present it?
I would love to present it. I mean, obviously, there'll be someone watching in an Ofcom office going, "That's never happening." I mean, I could probably be on here for 5 minutes and not say anything dreadful. But
is it the sort of thing that you would like to do?
I think that'd be a lovely kind of... Be a lovely... It's the closest we've got to things like The Tonight Show in America or Ellen, where you get kind of everyone comes through and there's items and it's about everything. And life's interesting. It's an interesting show because there's kind of everything's on there.
Can you snip that up and put it on the NTA tape?
It will be very different for you, though, because having sort of toured for... It's 10 years you've been touring, or have you been touring?
10 years I've been sort of solo tours, but I was on the road before that as well.
And there is so much freedom with that. Like you said, you know, you've got Ofcom watching this, that and the other. There is something that you have. It's your baby, your control. People come to see you because they know what they're going to get. Yeah,
I think that's why people like coming out to live shows as well, because it feels like it's just for us. Everyone in that room's got the same sense of humour. So it's a lovely atmosphere in a sort of... when there's 1,000 people in a room and they've all kind of got something in common. It's like being friends.
Yeah.
I love that quote about comedy, that laughter's the shortest distance between two people.
Yeah.
It's a lovely sort of connect with... When you meet people after the show as well, they've got that kind of...
And, of course, if you're late, you buy them a drink.
What, that's only if I'm very late.
How late were you once?
I did a gig it was in Blackburn, and the train just stopped. Like, between stations, there was nothing you could do. One of those things. I travel on the train a lot. It's normally fine. 2.5 hours we were sat there. So I got to Blackburn 2.5 hours late. So, and it's testament to how little there is going on in Blackburn that 1,300 people waited 2.5 hours for that.
And so you bought them a drink?
Yeah, I bought them a drink, yeah. I got a round in.
It's a nice thing.
Frankly, the least I could do.
It's quite a big round.
Yeah, it's quite a big round. It's
$7 grand.
Yeah, I think, something like that.
It's quite a big round.
All right, what else am I going to do? If they'd gone home, it would have cost me more.
So you appear to be always on tour. You're on tour currently at the moment, aren't you?
I'm always on tour.
You're always on tour.
It's my job. I mean, I don't work as hard as you. You do, like, 3 hours a day. I do, like, 2 hours a day. It's such an easy job. Like, why would you want to... I can't understand these people that play arenas. And they go, I worked for 20 nights and that was it for the year. I want to do it all the time. It's lovely.
Love it?
Yeah, it's nice being on stage.
So it evolves, then, in that case? It changes as you go?
Yeah, and I think you get better at it. I think it's probably the same being a presenter on this show. It's like being a pilot. Like, once you've done sort of 10,000 hours, you kind of get better at it. I think being on stage, there's sort of it's almost like being match fit.
Yeah.
So, the one that you're doing now, up and running, doing it for a while, you're planning... It's like a band's greatest hits album, isn't it?
It's either a very good idea or it's going to be awful.
Has anyone ever done this?
I don't think anyone's ever done it, no. It's like... So I've done sort of 10 solo shows, so I've got sort of 20 hours of material, and I thought I'd do a best-of. I can't remember what we called it. I think it's the Best of Ultimate Gold Greatest Hits Tour. I wanted it to be clear. And I'm just going to do all my favourite jokes from all the TV shows and all the stand-up shows I've ever done, sort of live on stage, and make it, like, the best evening, the best I could do.
Are you just going back through all your old DVDs and...
The great thing is the audience will choose, because there's a great sort of quote by Lenny Bruce, the audience is a genius. The audience choose what's funny.
Right.
So you can sort of have lines that you think are brilliant and you say them to an audience and the audience goes...
And it falls flat.
Not even a joke. And
really?
Yeah, so when you're sort of trying new stuff or even sort of testing old stuff, like the stuff that gets the biggest laughs, that'll be in there.
So it has to be... The theme that you're going to pick will have to be generic, because comedy, your comedy, very current, quite cutting, and so you can't use any stuff. It'd be out of date.
Well, I don't do much topical stuff live. I do lots of topical stuff on TV.
Right.
But live stuff is just... It doesn't really sort of date in that way, because it's just sort of one-liners about life rather than stuff about the news this week.
Well, it sounds like a great idea. I mean, you say you leave everything to the last minute anyway, so I assume that's about as far as you've got to planning it, is it?
Yeah, that'll do. We've got a poster organised, that'll be fine.
That's it.
Yeah, we've got some posters up. That'll
When are you doing it?
I think it starts in about June next year, and then it
think.
rolls for about
Forever.
2.5 years, something like that. Because I'll play everywhere around the world as well. I go and travel and...
Back
Are
to
you
Blackburn.
ever at home?
Yeah, occasionally, yeah, you know, I visit.
Pop in.
Yeah, I pop in, but no, I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah, no.
But it's easy to get around Great Britain. Like tonight, I'm in Eastbourne, but I don't have to be there till 8. It's fine.
So you set off at what?
Leave at 5.
Yeah.
Get the train, it'll be fine. If I'm 2.5 hours late, I'll buy a drink.
We were, for everyone.